Oh. Look at this. These little tiny legs. Like that. Whoa. Up like this. And then that. And now, let's time it. Flip the door. Swing this up. Swing that out. Pull this out. Slap it on. That's pretty quick. That's not bad to get your gimbal going. And we're also doing a 10 device giveaway. So for your shot at winning, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and then leave your Twitter handle down in the comment section of this video for your chance to win one of these cool setups. That's the only one I can check. All right, so here we've got a cool product. It's called the PowerVision S1. It's kind of more than one single product. It's a little mini ecosystem of devices that pair together. I mean, you look at this at first, you're like, what even is that? Because it's so tiny. Actually, then right there, it says not just tiny, so don't get confused. They're calling it the perfect companion for smartphones. What it is a super portable gimbal / tracking device for filming video, where it can like track an individual and pivot and also behave like a tripod. And then it's also a magnetic mounting system to make the process of getting your phone on and off of it easier than some of the other gimbal-like devices that are out there. There's quite a few things to show off here. So we'll kick it off with the main unit. Oh, it's even a charger, a battery charger as well, wirelessly. So you can drop your phone on there and get some extra juice. Why don't we just read the back of it? Smart rotating stand, 3-axis stabilized gimbal, portable wireless charger, AI auto tracking. It's able to move and follow me. Hand gestures as well, so you can start and stop recording and take photos. Universal magnetic connection. Well, that's with the accessories and whatnot. That's how you interface with it. And an intelligent editing app. Ultimate compact design. Now, it's worth mentioning this is currently on Indiegogo, and there is an early bird deal going on. 40% off for early birds supporting the Kickstarter. And we're also doing a 10 device giveaway. So for your shot at winning, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and then leave your Twitter handle down in the comment section of this video for your chance to win one of these cool setups. So I'm noticing it comes in a few different colors. I don't know which one I'm gonna have here. Here you can see what the rig looks like set up. This is crazy small. I've messed with smartphone gimbals in the past, and maybe because of the magnetic mounting, they're able to really shrink things down, which is nice. So I got the black and gold, thank goodness. That's what I was hoping for. Here's a little kind of setup guide, which they've worked into the box. It's kind of nice. Stay live for live streaming, live broadcasting, social media applications. You set it up with the little inbuilt tripod, or you mount it to another tripod. I think she's doing some sort of yoga situation, but whatever it is that you happen to be streaming or recording, you don't need a separate cameraman because this device becomes the cameraman. The 3-axis anti-shaking smartphone gimbal, so stabilizer in there as well. 15 hours of battery life. In combination with being able to use it to charge your phone if you choose to use it as a wireless charger. So you can see how that works there. You just drop it on to the side and charge up your phone. It also has these magnetic accessories for mounting to your car, like up near on the vent, if you want to mount your device there, because the case has the inbuilt magnet, so it's some quick versatility there as well. And the case has a kickstand. It's really doing a lot of different things. There's a lot of different functions in here. Here's the USB-C cable to charge it up. Then this is the little magnetic mount. Oh, it unscrews. And this is your vent mount if you want to use it in your car as well. And this is the large magnet on the other side. That's what's going to connect and interface with the case. So this is kind of just like bonus stuff to go with the main attraction, which is the actual S1. I'm going to unwrap it here. So this is what it looks like. This is where you're going to connect for your wireless charging. Step 1. Oh. Whoa. Up like this. And then... So here's your gimbal portion up top. and that's your big magnet, which is going to connect to the case. So this is a nice improvement, assuming that the magnet is powerful, because in the past with these really slim and portable gimbals, you would have to have some sort of a clamp up here. Usually they were spring loaded often, so it could be a bit of a hassle to get your phone in and out of there. And then it also meant that you had to store that portion when it was all tucked away, because the magnets can have a smaller footprint. They can actually fit inside the unit itself to be stored for travel. So on the unit, there's the USB-C connection point for charging it up. There's also a 1/4-inch connector at the bottom for mounting to a tripod or similar, but there's also a baked in, look at this, these little tiny legs like that. And now you have a stationary camera that can follow the action and sit on a surface. This is going to be useful for like a tabletop type of scenarios. You also have a joystick over here, so you can control manually the pan and tilt. There's a zoom control, power switch. Here on the back of this box, you can see the mounting point in the car up against a wall, like in a high traffic location. Or look at this, even on a piece of exercise equipment. Oh, that's interesting. There's some extra magnets that have been included as well. Oh, so you can just 3M stick these wherever is convenient, and then the case will be able to slap into those spots. And it's like a pretty powerful grip, actually. Holy cow, I gotta get that off. That's just extra functionality as a case. All right, so I do have an iPhone 12 Pro Max. That's the case that they sent us. And this just slaps in like any other case. So it's like a rubberized finish to it, protective case with a little kickstand as well. So that just lets you, I don't know, have a, maybe on the bedside table, maybe you're browsing, you're eating lunch. It's again, just another little extra function in there. But then when it comes to mounting to the gimbal as well, you see this little notch at the top here, that slaps in there, very powerful. And now, of course, you're using the gimbal without a need for a separate kind of friction-based clamp or anything like that. It just pops on and pops off. Boom, you're on, you're off, you're on, you're off. That's the beauty of it, because sometimes the reason you don't use these things is because, you know, just getting them on and off of there, like setting it up might not be, you might avoid it. You just be like, oh, just let me get the shot real quick and just go with the phone itself. But if it's easy, and in this case, it's magnetic, you might go to the gimbal more frequently and then end up with the stable, smooth, buttery smooth type shots. This is if you don't want to use the case. Yes. So yeah, so I presume if you want to go caseless, you could use the bare phone and just slap this portion on there. Ooh, and this, I guess, is the universal equivalent. So if you wanted to connect a device that you didn't have the case for, or you didn't want to use the magnet, then you have your typical spring-loaded setup, so you could slap any phone in there. There's a powerful connection on this one. Holy wow. I do want to try the wireless charger function. So let me just go ahead and get this folded up. Boom, boom, down, here, down. Ooh, look, that's pretty quick. That's your total fold down sequence. Now, if I power this up, little indicator here shows me 3 dots out of a possible 4. They've built in this really wild contraption. So the kickstand is actually more than just a kickstand. And I'm just realizing now, since you can spin it, the fact that you can spin it means you can use it in landscape. Yeah, so obviously this is a little bit more comfortable for that purpose, but it actually does even more than that. So this tiny little kickstand kind of controls the whole behavior of this thing. So by sliding it down like this, now you are removing the magnetic portion, or at least sliding it out of the way, to clear up this section right here, which allows you to pass through wireless charge from this unit. Now you can wired charge as well. If you have a Type-C cable, you can just plug it in there and charge off of here that way. But if you want the convenience of wireless, you just slide this portion down and you're charging up there. Now you do need to tap the power button for like 1 second, so it goes into kind of a secondary mode. You see the orange light here? That's the charge mode. If you press and hold the power button for 3 seconds, then you go into the full gimbal functionality. The other cool thing here is that the magnet is now gone. So earlier I was messing around with these and I was like, okay, you could slap this to anything, but it was actually hard to get it off because it was stuck there with nothing to grip onto. If I have it in the stock position and I put this magnet on, now I'm like, I can't, how do I crank that off? But because of this little slider, I do a twist, slide down, boom, the magnet flies off. So there's some engineering going on there to figure out how to do that. All right, so there is an app to go with this called Vision Plus S1. It's gonna look for your device. I'm gonna press and hold. I can see the battery life remaining is 9 hours. And just like that, now I'm within the app. Has time-lapse, slow motion, video, photo, and panorama. I'm gonna get this gimbal back deployed. Let's time it. Flip the door, swing this up, swing that out, pull this out, slap it on. That's pretty quick. That's not bad to get your gimbal going. Let's go ahead and actually do some gimbal action here. That's kind of the point of this. And as mentioned, the beauty here is the portability, the ability to get it up and running quickly, set up very fast, and that's through the power of magnets, which, as you're well aware, I've been a big fan of magnets for a while. And so of course we got the Master Mo behind the wheel here, and as you can see, the phone is mounted up, and that's a big phone, by the way, so it's about as heavy as you're probably going to mount on there, and the motors in the gimbal are more than capable on the Pro Max model. You can see it flinging around from portrait to landscape. Now, probably the flagship feature here is the ability to track not just moving subjects, not just humans and pets, but also objects. So as you can see here, it's locked on the plant, and no matter where he moves the camera, it's going to keep that in the center of the frame. And as he moves over here to another object, the same is true. In fact, you can create shots simply by drawing these boxes onto the frame and not even moving the gimbal at all. Like, you don't need any input after that. Now here's a tougher subject. Of course, this is the world famous Otis, and he's been known to chase a ball every so often, but the gimbal is not phased. In fact, it wasn't even phased by the old man badminton right here. Well, that's not a surprise because it wasn't all that fast moving, but this, it might even be able to keep up with Linus Tech Tips on the badminton skills. That's the capability there. But anyway, as you can tell here, it's not a lot of input necessary from the handler, and that's the beauty of it. So you can just worry about following the action, just getting in the rough vicinity, and then drawing out whatever it is you want to track, and then you're pretty much done. You're going to have the footage captured. So it's going to be good for sports. It's going to be good for all types of action environments, but also if you're filming yourself, because often you'll see these vlogs and things online that where the individual is like moving around a frame, and it's just not ideal. This lets you frame yourself up if you're on a front-facing camera and have the exact same effect and impact, where you're not having to worry as much about the composition of the frame. Instead, the gimbal's completely taking care of it in-app. Now, the other thing I should mention is that there's like a background mode so that you can bring this tracking into other applications, not just video recording, because you might want to have the tracking exist inside of FaceTime or some other video conferencing app. And so you can launch this background app, which will bring the tracking through. You may even just want to use the phone-specific video recording for whatever reason, if it has some feature you like, or maybe you want to bring the tracking over to social media, like, I don't know, Snapchat or TikTok or whatever it is that you happen to be using. Whichever app you like to record in, this tracking feature moves through there as well. So the zoom functionality, some of these hardware controls tap into the phone through the software, as you can see here. So just simply pushing in the zoom on the handle means you don't have to reach up and touch the phone screen if you don't want to. Of course, the joystick portion on the gimbal works in the same fashion. It's a hardware button for a software feature. Now keep in mind, as mentioned, this thing is equally capable in a stationary position. In fact, I think this is going to be one of the ways that many people use this, is to set it up on a desk and frame up a shot that way, or for a video conference FaceTime situation, as mentioned previously. Now, when it comes to versatility, PowerVision really imagines you kind of moving into the whole ecosystem. So once you have this case on your phone, you're opening up all the magnetic accessories that go along with it. But even if you choose not to go with the case and you go with this little adapter, it's the same situation. They have this variety of ways to interface with the product. So it could be as simple as mounting to the gimbal, or to the wall, or in the car, as you'll see in a moment here. Plus, if you get the universal adapter shown off, then it really opens things up to any phone that you have in your inventory. I don't expect you to have an inventory quite like the one that we've got here, but it just means any phone can work. So there you have it. That is the PowerVision S1 and the whole ecosystem of accessories to go along with it. You can go check their website, see if your phone is on there. But like I said, with the universal accessories, you can kind of use this with any smartphone. Of course, the charging is built in there. As mentioned previously, you can get on there and just wirelessly charge, which is a nice little backup. And they just put together a really portable package here, so you can slap the whole thing in your pocket and get set up very quickly. Oh yeah, and also remember, there is a giveaway happening, so make sure to check the description of this video for the details if you want to win one of 10 of these. Good luck, everybody.